Hello. I thought it was time for a change. We should do a week of good news. So get ready for 5 minutes in Info Heaven.
Yay, good news.
All right, lay it on us.
All right.
What's the good news?
Welcome to a very special Info Heaven episode of Info
Wait,
Hazard.
I remember what the good news is. Christ is Lord. Okay, go on.
That's the capital letter good news. We're just talking lowercase letters good news here. Lowercase g, lowercase n.
I like that too.
Yeah. All right. So for my first piece of good news, I want to cover a story, hopefully the conclusion to a story we've been occasionally checking in with as it goes on. This week, Kilmar Abrego Garcia had all of his criminal charges dismissed, and the judge was even like, wow, this is totally fucked up, and the Trump administration clearly just prosecuted him for political reasons, for which I'm sure he will impose stiff legal consequences, and they won't just skate away with no problem like they always do, of course. But this is a good news episode, so that won't happen, or we won't think about it anyway. Moving on.
But yeah, that's great. I mean, I love it when an American judge just says what is obviously true, that he's being politically prosecuted for no good reason. Okay.
For my next piece of good news, Trump's approval rating continues to go down a lot. I thought after the Iran war, everyone who would ever change their mind about Trump has already done it, but that's not true. The gas prices especially seem to be hurting him. So on average, he's been losing 1 point of net approval per week since the Iran war started. He hit an average of net approval of minus 20 points. So basically 20% more people disapprove than approve. He's at like basically 60-40 disapprove, approve. So yeah, it may feel
so
like
sad.
we're stuck in stasis, but people are changing their minds. They're seeing all of the dumb shit that's happening, and they're changing their minds.
What would it take for there to be a 40% difference, man? Like, what would it take?
What was the lowest ever for presidential approval? It was like 20 or something like that.
Yeah, like Herbert Hoover, I think during the Great Depression is the lowest ever, I believe, but I could be wrong.
Trump can do it.
Well, we're headed there.
Honestly, I do think we're headed there economic-wise, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about good news. And
I like
people...
the implication there that there were people who were like in the Great Depression who were like, Hoover will turn this around, and who later changed their minds when they're like, riding the rails and eating beans out of a can or whatever.
Yeah, but so in the people changing their minds on Trump train, actually some congressional Republicans got on, dude. Choo-choo. This week, Senate Republicans punted the vote on funding ICE. They had been set to pass a bill funding ICE, but in a move designed to signal dissatisfaction with Trump, they have decided not to vote on it until at least after the Memorial Day recess, so delaying it another week. Basically over the ballroom funding and the weaponization fund, as it's called, funding getting added, which is, Trump settling with himself to give himself and his supporters, $1.7 billion.
Hey, cool, good news episode. But a quick reminder to our audience that the president is personally stealing $1.47 billion from the taxpayer.
He might not succeed. He might not succeed.
Oh, really?
Senate Republicans might put a stop to it, dude. They might have found something they'll object to that he does.
A bridge might have gone too far.
Personally stealing $1.47 billion from the taxpayers? Do you think that's I don't know. I think they'll let him do it eventually.
More than that before, and it didn't stop them. But I guess something about this just rubs them the wrong way. It's a little too blatant, I guess. You didn't put the fig leaf over it. And so even this is a victory. All right, let's cheer them on. Good job, Senate Republicans.
Good job.
You found the smallest possible quantum of spine. Hopefully, you remember you still need to hide your theft. That's right, dude. Maybe a little bit of founding father magic is going to come in here at the end, and they're going to be scared of Trump's power and jealous enough, and
they're going to bring back
will
slavery.
Turn around. Yeah. Okay. Well,
founding father magic.
Yeah. Slavery, unfortunately, not out of the realm of founding father magic.
This is a good news episode.
Exactly.
Good news episode. We're doing it.
Over.
Come on.
Good
choo
choo. The train is officially illegal.
Choo choo. The train is on the tracks. Let's get on board.
All right. And then now that we've discussed the good news and there was no other news this week, we can go ahead and end the episode here, I think.
All right. I thought I was leading us down a terrible tangent, but we did it. Wasted.
Tangent deleted.
All right.
That has been another heavenly episode of Info Hazard. Don't worry,
Heaven.
we'll be back next week with more bad news, I am sure. Like, subscribe, comment, all the usual YouTube heavenly nonsense, and we'll see you then.
Bye.